Woo! How long we got left?
7 minutes.
Fuck this job. If you want to look as cool as an 80s movie bartender, you'll need a shaker. Or maybe you think that's slightly ridiculous, but whatever you do, to master cocktails, you're gonna need to master shakers and strainers. I'm Rico, this is Absolut Drinks with Rico. Okay, so every bar has shakers and strainers, but if you're a home bartender, do you really need one? The purpose of your shaker is literally to combine all your flavors, to blend them into one cohesive flavor. That's my phone.
Yeah, and it was me texting you. No, it wasn't.
Do you need a shaker? If you're just gonna be having the one-off party every now and then, you can quite simply just go out and use an old jam jar. You could use maybe old thermos flasks, Tupperware boxes.
Okay.
I mean, they're gonna do the same thing, kind of. You're just not gonna be able to go and shake as hard as you would in a shaker. With a jam jar, you may be at risk of actually smashing it. These are just purpose-built to just be like lifetime guarantee. You can shake these for a life and nothing's gonna happen to it.
You said about shaking hard. Do you always shake hard, or sometimes can you just give it a little, you know?
No, you always should shake hard. There's a phrase in the industry from when I used to bartend, shake it, don't tickle it. When you're shaking and mixing drinks, whether shaking or stirring, you're creating different types of texture. When you shake drinks with like citrus juice, like kamikazes, cosmopolitans and stuff like that, when you shake them in a shaker, you create a very crisp, fresh and crunchy texture. Whereas if you're gonna stir down drinks, you're gonna create a much more smooth, velvety texture. I'm not into shaking stuff like Bloody Marys. I think you need to control the dilution. You don't want to really watery Bloody Mary. Anything which is just pure alcohol, you might want to stir that just to get a more luxurious, velvety texture within your drink. But when it comes to like drinks with fruit juices and syrups, shake the hell out of them, smash them up, get everything blended together and you get a nice texture.
Have you ever accidentally or on purpose shaken some kind of cola or like soda just to see what happens?
You can't shake carbonation, it'll explode. Are strainers necessary when making cocktails? The answer is yes. You're gonna be doing a lot of shaking, which means there's gonna be a lot of smashing inside the tin of ice and fruits, etc. You don't want these small particles swimming around in your drink because they're just gonna get stuck in your teeth. I know that sounds very bougie and first world, but that's how we drink cocktails. The basic type of strainer for a professional bartender is something that looks like this. This is called a Hawthorne strainer. This fits neatly onto the tin like so. The main purpose of this is to catch all the ice that would be in the shaker and any large parts of fruit that may be in here. The great thing about these is they fit perfectly onto the tin and then you can clip and hold and pour. It's just an extremely easy purpose-built tool. Also, we use these. Fine strainers, or just a little tea strainer, a very small sieve. This is when we make drinks that go into martini glasses, a little bit more luxurious and defined, intense flavors will usually end up in a martini glass. So when straining, you can just fine strain any extra.
So you're straining it twice in principle when you do something like that?
It's called the double strain. That is the technical term.
I didn't know that.
The double strain. But if you don't have the pro stuff, don't worry about that. Sieves and strainers are commonplace in any kitchen. Whether you have weird, antique absinthe spoons.
Where did that come from?
I've got no idea. Thrift store, probably.
Okay.
Or my grandma's house.
Or your grandma's thrift store.
Come down to grandma's thrift store. We've got different types of tea strainers here. You can level up. This is a flower sieve. It has slightly bigger holes, but it's still gonna work. You could use this to do both the job of these. In a home situation, there's no real tool in the kitchen that can replicate this. But if you were, for example, shaking away in your little Tupperware box, you could open up and then just dump everything directly in. We're gonna show you a very basic shake right now. And this is the easiest shake for you to do. It's just how I shake, which is just all power, no technique. I'm gonna show you how to do a Espresso Martini. I'm also gonna show you the good technique and a bad technique of shaking, and we're gonna do this with home equipment. Let's hope we do this okay. So, Rather than doing the original shaker, we're gonna do a good shake in a thermos flask, and then we're gonna do a bad shake in this little mason jar, just so you can see the difference. I'm not gonna use a jigger to measure it out. I'm gonna be using some home kitchen measuring spoons. And we're gonna use this as 1 part. We're gonna take our Kahlua and we're gonna go into both. 1 part Kahlua. There we go. We're gonna throw our 2 shots of fresh espresso in there. And then we're gonna go 2 parts Absolut Original Vodka. We're gonna get some ice. I'm gonna use the tongs and get it right in there. Dip into the side. That looks good. And then we'll get the scoop and we'll just throw some ice in here.
So again, the thermos is going to be the good shake, and the glass jar is going to be the tickle.
Oh yes. So, good shake first with a thermos. And the technique I'm doing here, which is all power, no technique, is just making sure that when I shake, the ice will hit all the way to this side, and when I bring it back, it's gonna hit both sides. So boom, boom. And then a bad shake with a mason jar is this is what I see most people who don't know how to shake like. Okay, so let's take our glasses and let's see what the difference is. We're gonna use this little, I don't even know what this is, but we can strain with it. A little bit messy, but it's good. It's got a big bottom. And then we're gonna use this.
Okay, that's a big difference.
Good shake, bad shake. This one looks a lot more inviting. Just like with food, we eat with our eyes. Even though we've made this with home equipment, it still has all the crema and all the layering that you would get from a normal shaker. And because we've shaken it hard and shaken it proper, it looks exactly like a professional espresso martini. Whereas this looks like pond water. You could very easily have just poured all the liquids just straight into this glass and done nothing with it. There's been no love, attention, or care given to it.
Hey, Rico,
yes.
Can I actually taste the difference between the two? I mean, maybe they taste exactly the same.
Please, come on up and have a look.
Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna taste this one first. It's a really good drink.
I only do good drinks.
Okay. You can genuinely taste the difference. Now, it's really interesting to see how much a difference the blending makes, because this does taste markedly better.
For me personally, this is an example of why, when you shake a drink proper, you get an amazing cocktail. And if you want an espresso martini, just shake hard.
Hey Rico, can you make 2 more of those, but with professional shakers? And a good shake and a bad shake, but one with each hand.
Let's do it.
Do you do tricks like a movie bartender?
This ain't a movie, indeed.
Yeah, I know, but do people like the flashy stuff, like you know, like I don't know, 80s, 90s movie stuff, or do they just want their drinks?
I'm not about the flash, indeed. I'm all about the drinks.
He was one good cop, out for justice, but the mob didn't like that and he lost his badge. Now he roams the Badlands, above the law, undercover as a top-class bartender, waiting for revenge. Rico's Revenge.
Okay.
That is a big difference, Rico.
banging Espresso Martini there, guys. Flat Espresso Martini there, guys. As you can tell, it doesn't really matter what equipment you use, as long as you get a good shake, you're gonna get a good drink. Okay guys, now I'm gonna show you the dry shake and the reverse dry shake. We're gonna make the Vodka Sour. So we'll do a dry shake first, just to show you the difference. As we know, start with the cheapest ingredients first. A good 30 mils of lemon juice. 15 mils simple syrup. 3 dashes Angostura bitters. Ooh, gotta flip that around. Next, we're gonna stick to the Absolut Vodka. 45 mils. Next, we're gonna separate an egg. We only need about half the whites of one egg. Straight in. So the normal dry shake calls for you to shake it with no ice first.
Right. This is already the best channel.
So once you've shaken it, what this is gonna do is it's gonna froth all your egg white up, put air into it, and start to emulsify all the flavors. Next, you add your ice, and you do the wet shake to chill.
So we emulsify first, then we add the ice, wet shake to chill. That's the dry shake then, right?
If you can get in, and then just pour straight in.
Wow.
So now we're gonna show you the reverse dry shake. When we do the reverse dry shake, we shake with ice first. You know the recipe by now. Egg straight in. Now we throw some ice in. And we're just shaking to chill. And how you know that it's chilled, because we're using a professional shaker, is the shaker actually gets cold as an indication. Now we want to strain out all the ice. And now shake to emulsify.
And I'm assuming you're going to tell us when you would use one technique over the other, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's actually a personal preference. Ooh, there we go. So we're gonna zest these up now. And boom. Now, when would you use either technique? The truth of the matter is, it's totally up to you. The reason why I prefer the reverse dry shake is just pure science. The fact that it's exactly like when you whip cream. If you whip cream or if you're making meringue, that's exactly what you're doing with the egg whites in these drinks. I personally don't believe in whipping up the drink and then adding ice to knock air out of a drink that I've just added air to, if that makes sense. There's probably going to be a huge discussion about this from bartenders in the comments below. Good, but it really is a personal preference. I have friends that only do this. I myself only do this. And that's the beauty of bartending. There's strict rules and guidelines, but the truth is they are guidelines. Whichever version you prefer, whichever technique you want to use, they're both perfectly fine. Here we go. Light, refreshing drink. The vodka really picks up all the lemon flavors from the lemon. Great vodka sour, fresh lemon, those slight spices from the Angosturas coming through. The egg whites emulsified to make a really luxurious drink. Great drink.
Hey Rico, do you ever use like machines?
Machines, what would you use?
Like, you know, when
machines
it gets too much.
What do you mean when it gets too much?
Could you make us and shake us
Yep.
a Ramos Gin Fizz?
12-minute shake. 12-minute shake. 12-minute shake. 12-minute shake. Ramos Gin Fizz. We're gonna take our Boston tin, and again, remember, always start with your cheapest ingredients first. We're gonna stick 20 mils of sugar syrup in. Orange blossom water. This is a very floral, aromatic flavor. We want one good little dash in there. Heavy cream. We want 30 mils of heavy cream. Gonna give a... Next, we want to get the citrus in there, but we're going to actually put 2 different types of citrus in. So we're going to want to put 15 of the lemon and 15 of the lime. And then we get the good stuff. Always get the best flavored vodka you can get. And this is some amazing flavored vodka, all the way from London. You know these cups? That means we're gonna have some eggs in here. So we're gonna separate the egg whites from the yolks. Who's putting hard-boiled eggs in here, guys? Jesus Christ. A real one this time. A real egg. We're gonna use the entirety of this egg white, sorry. I'm gonna throw it straight in. 1 big block of ice. 12-minute shake. 12-minute shake. 12-minute shake. 12-minute shake. 12-minute shake. Back in the day, 20 bartenders used to be employed to shake this, 1 minute per shake, per bartender. The reason why I need to shake this for 12 minutes is because we need to shake the bubbles in, shake the bubbles out. We're trying to get the smoothest consistency. This is only a minute. It's not even a minute. It's not cold at all on the hands. Shaker boy gloves.
I've never seen nothing this good before. Where's he going with this? Where are you going with this?
What's the time looking like?
6 minutes left.
We've got 6 minutes left.
Just when you think he's done shaking, he ain't done shaking.
We need a machine for this.
Listen, boy, I'll pay good money for this programming.
Thank you. Head of Bruce, everybody. Head of Bruce. We've got rid of the ice. Now we're looking good. We're gonna take our last ingredient, which is soda water. So you're gonna pour a little bit in. And then, at exactly the same time, you want a little bit of a head over the top. If you're an expert, you can get a nice big head like that, but not today. I'm too tired. We're gonna garnish it off with a nice orange zest. You wanna get a real nice long one, so try and go for the full length of the fruit. We've got one nice big long horse's neck. Get some of the oils on there. But there we have. Ramos Gin Fizz, 12 minutes of shaking. That was tiring. Done. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Cheers. How's that?
Good.
Good.
How's yours?
Amazing. Looks fantastic. Ramos Gin Fizz, everybody. Oh, that's so messy. That's delicious, though. So good. Well done. Okay, so I think I've taught you everything you need to know about the basics of shakers and strainers. If there's anything else you need to know, just put it in the comments down below and we'll see what we can do. And if you want to learn everything that there is to know about simple syrup, just click here. And don't forget to click and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Hey, Rico?
Yep.
Hey, listen, could you just do something for me? It's just a little thing. I want you to say Rico's Revenge, but say it kind of serious, like, you know, like Rico's Revenge.
Rico's Revenge.
Rico's Revenge.